My leadership story really begins with my family. Growing up, my dad stayed home with my brother and I and the dog. My mom was working full time as a teacher, and my dad was a college football coach, so he would bring my brother and I to the football field. From my father, I saw what leadership looked like. As a football coach, he too had to be a leader, and he fostered that in my brother and I. From my mom, I learned to be fiercely independent. My mother paid her way through college waitressing tables and worked incredibly hard to support our family and live 5 hours away from her own. Although we didn't always have a lot of money, my parents did everything they could to give my brother and I an abundance of leadership opportunities. In high school, the bulk of my leadership skills were fostered through sports and clubs. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball. By my senior year, I was captain of all three teams. From this, I really learned team leadership in a functional way. In high school, I was also part of a program called CATS, which stands for Connecting All Together Socially. In this club, we would hang out with students with disabilities. This made my leadership more flexible and adaptive. During and after high school, I did respite care for a boy with Down syndrome because of the leadership in CATS. To this day, he and I are still friends. Leadership for me in high school came naturally. I was loud and well liked, which gave me an abundance of opportunities. My first summer after high school before coming to college, I worked as a lead caregiver at Kids Club, a local day camp for kids in the area. There, I was in charge of both peers and kids. But it wasn't really until college that my leadership skills were fostered in student affairs. However, for me, that is the most impactful opportunities that I've had. For 5 years, I worked for Student Health Service as a peer health educator. With that team, we were able to educate fellow students about sexual health and safe drinking. My next job, added to my job at Student Health Service, was as a peer advisor for the Center for International Education. In this role, I was able to work with students studying abroad in South Africa, which was where I had the chance to study. Preparing students to go to another continent was really a way for me to show adaptive leadership. Things can change at the last minute going abroad, so I had to lead students in how to adapt to those changes. My senior year of college, I was honored with an Academic Excellence Award for my work for LGBTQIA+ students on campus through my internship at the Gender and Sexuality Resource Center. My current boss at the GSRC came to present the award to me, and so did my parents. Even though I had been captain for sports and gotten leadership awards in high school, this one meant the most to me by far, because it was a recognition of the work that I wanted to continue doing after graduation. I was also able to be the commencement speaker for my graduating class before starting the graduate program here at UW La Crosse. This was really the culminating event as a leader as an undergraduate student at UW Eau Claire. Going forward in student affairs, I want to be a combination of a servant leader and a transformational leader. Servant leaders, to me, lead by doing, which is what I strive to show my interns throughout my graduate assistant position. As someone who was transformed in college myself because of the leadership opportunities I was given, I feel it's important to offer that to students as I serve as a student affairs professional. I love working with students. I'm constantly inspired by the work they're able to do. By combining servant and transformational leadership, I will be able to allow students to find what fits best for them in their academic and professional careers and lead by example, which has been done for me. Most importantly, I want to continue to have fun in whatever career path I end up taking. From childhood on, I have been shown that leadership is not only attainable and pushes boundaries, but allows people to have fun while doing it. I hope to continue sending that message to the students I work with.